So yes, we discussed about the bad, that yes, there's no return of investment, there is no money coming back after putting in a lot of effort and money. What is the good that you feel there is in the Indian motorsport scene from the rally point of view?
So from rally point of view, I would say like they're encouraging more of women motorsporting. So that is one thing I actually like, because many people have messaged me and spoke about this, and many female riders wants to enter inside motorsport and even in rally. So they are very much scared to do it, because rallies will not happen anywhere near your city. Cross country rallies happens either in the desert or in the Western Ghats and stuff. So to a women rider wants to participate there, so they are very much scared. But then I feel this community has made that really easy and a secured place for women to race.
Yes, absolutely. INRC, I saw the organization for the women riders, even the INRSC that happened 1 week after just last week. The safety and everything was considered very well, especially for the women riders as well. There were only 2 women riders. That was a bit surprising for me to see as well. But the one inspirational thing that I saw was there was this woman, Samina, I think her name, 50 years plus, ex-Air Force. She has done some national sports as well, and she rode all the way from Bangalore, and she had plaster also on her leg just 1 week back. She cut off the plaster, rode all the way from Hyderabad to Pune, and she participated, and that's amazing thing.
Yeah, so that is like a good thing that I see, and many other things are there, but one is women motorsporting, and the other thing is like they are in this motorsport, they are giving out n number of races now. Okay, so they are announcing n number of races. Like previously it was not there. Like INR SC is here now. So INR SC is like kind of a short race format, and a beginner can also do it, and an expert rider can also do it. But a cross country rally is not like that. Even in INRC is like a hardcore race, like 1 day only, but then it has so much of things to do. You need a lot of knowledge, calculation to do that INRC. So it has 6 stages, and in between you have 2 surveys, fueling separate. So it is like a most of the races are very calculative. But INRC is like so INRC is like a weekend fun race, I would say. INRSC, like the weekend fun race, but it is obviously a race and it's in the national calendars, but then it is also a kind of a fun race to do.
Absolutely. It's a good platform for beginners to practice and get into rallying, and then thinking about maybe going into the cross country ones like Sajoba or Raid the Himalayas.
Because this also has calculations, but not much, but then it also has calculation. That is like a beginner level calculation that you can you can learn in that, and then you can implement that on a different level of competition. So likewise they are introducing a lot of races nowadays, like autocross race also. There are like a huge number of autocross races, and then I would say this MRF Supercross also. They are very much improved on their structure also, and then the show that they put out to attract people. And this time they also did the it's kind of a showcase round. The
rider from Finland.
Yeah, so
did really well.
So they did this. So everything is like everyone in the motorsport are trying to pull the audience and the motorsporting guys inside. So what we the motorsport riders has to do is like somehow follow the passion, go to the race and perform.
And support people as well. This was something that I was discussing with Asad as well. If new people want to join racing, if they want information on how to join, which gear is good, what riding style is good, some tidbits, things like that. I think all the racers who have experience, even if it is 5 years of experience, they still have more experience than an absolute beginner. So sharing some of that experience and not be अरे मैं तो racer हूँ, there, because we always come across people like that. There are people like that out there. They are racers and they have an kind of an holier than thou complex, that yes मैं तो racer हूँ, ऐसा वाला वो नाक ऊंचा हो जाता है उनका थोड़ा. So those, everyone should be supportive of the new people coming in, not be all haughty and totty about this. And I think that will help the racing community grow and be better slowly and surely. Definitely one day we will reach the levels that we want it to be on. So you have done a lot of races. Which one would you say was your best race out there?
So my best race is Desert Storm in 2017. So
what happened that that's memorable?
Yeah, so that is like the best and the worst race that I had. So it's like a kind of an opportunity that I had with Hero. So I was like a supporting rider for Hero. So that time CS also was riding in that, CS Santosh, and he's like kind of my icon also. So I was like very much looking forward for that, and I was preparing for that Desert Storm for like almost like 4 to 5 months. And then that was my first desert event, and I went, and day 1 I was leading in my category, and day 2 I had some navigation error and I went to second. And in day 2 only there was one 40-kilometer stage. In 11 kilometer my carburetor needle broke. Yeah, so I don't know what happened, because I can start the bike, everything is okay, looks okay, but then when I give throttle it stalls. Okay, so as soon as the RPM raises it stalls. So because it can't pump the air in. So it went off. So continually it was happening, and I had 1 bar of signal, and then I called my mechanic, I called everyone possible, and I was like, they were telling something I was doing, and I couldn't fix only because this is something that happened inside a part. Okay, so
on stage,
yeah. So
during the stage,
yeah, and I didn't have any spare also, and we couldn't find what happened. So I was like very much I would say like I was very sad because it was like kind of a supporting rider. As a supporting rider I went with Hero Motorsports, and so these are the races that we have to prove ourselves. So what I did was like, but then that was there in my mind, but then more than that, what I had was like, I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to stop this race there only. And the first thing that I did was like, I called up my family, and then I told them that my bike was not in a good shape, like it went off, so that's why I stopped, because they were all tracking me in the GPS. So I was like going flat out more than 110 kmph, and then suddenly it went to 0. So I don't want them to think that I got a crash or something like that. So I called them and I told them that this is what happened. So, and then I was speaking to my wife and she was like, okay, what is your plan? I was like, I don't know what to do, maybe I'll try to start the bike and stuff. And she was like, okay, see what you can do, or else just push the bike and then go to the finish line. And so it was almost like 29 kilometers I had in the desert. So then I was like, I took some 5 to 10 minutes and then nothing I could do, so I started pushing. So I pushed all the way like 29 kilometers, and it took me almost like 4.5 hours to finish the finish line. So 4.5 hours plus some more minutes behind, like for the 11 kilometers and for the repair and all, more than like 5.5 hours I took, I guess, so to finish the whole race. I took this stand just because in desert what happens is, like, if you're DNF'd, if you leave your bike there, it is very hard to get your bike back, because those sweeping vans will come very late in the night and they'll sweep, and it is like a mystery only. Like, we never know when you will get the bike. Maybe in the morning you will get, or maybe in the night you can get. But I need to fix my bike also to restart the next day. So that was my plan. So if I leave my bike here, I can't get my bike on time, and I can't fix my bike, and I can't go racing the other day, next day. So what I did was, like, okay, I took my wife's guidance. So I pushed my bike. So 29 kilometers in the desert, it was so hard for me to do it, but then
29 kilometers in the desert, man. Hats off to you. Seriously, hats off to you.
So that was like very painful, but it was a very good memory for me. And then I finished the stage, and the next day, like the third day, it was 200 kilometers. So that was the longest stage till now Desert Storm had. Till now an Indian rally had. So 200 kilometers. So that was the first edition of 200 kilometers, and I was riding in that. And I was like really scared to go inside that 200 kilometers, because in just 40 kilometers my bike broke. So I didn't have that enough of confidence to go inside the desert to again race for like 200 kilometers. So I spoke with my team and the mechanic, everyone, and they were like very confident on the bike, and they were very confident on me. And they said, like, you can go, you just go, try to ride not in a super fast full gas and all, just keep up the momentum, then just finish the race, because this is experience now. It will be an experience now, because anyway I'm out of the competition. So I was also like, okay, maybe next year when I come for desert, I need to know what and all has to be done before. So let's take this an experience. But then what happened, as soon as I sat on my bike, it was no more experience. It was again full gas. So it happens. It happens. So what happened, I went inside, and in 50 kilometers, because the last stage it took me 5.5 hours, I said. So penalty, 5.5 hours, everything, they gave me like too much of penalty. What a rider can't recover, a normal rider can't recover from that penalty. So I was like, okay, fine, anyway you can't recover from these penalties, but let's race, let's do whatever I feel. So I went inside. In some 50 kilometers I almost overtook like 30 guys, because I was a fast rider. Because of my penalties I went behind. So the guys who were like ahead of me were like slow riders. So I almost like in some 50 kilometers, almost like 30-35 people I overtook. And I was like fed up on that, because you can't see the roads and everybody is riding on a pile. So it's very hard to overtake also. If you overtake, in desert, it always goes like this. So if you're slow,
Yes.
it goes like a snake, and I am like scared to overtake them. If they come just come in a contact, then I'll also fall, they'll also fall, and it's like a big speed that I'm going. So I was like, okay, continuously I was like overtaking, and in a point of time, there was no one, and then I started riding my race, and then suddenly in some 75 kilometers, I guess, in 75 kilometers, my bike started, not getting air again. It was like doing some noise and all. And then I was like, I saw a road, and then I just went and stopped there. It was a service road. I just went and stopped there because I didn't want to take risk, because I go inside, then I'll get stuck. If I'm in the road, at least I can call my service van or something to pick my bike. So I stopped there, and then the local mechanics there, they came, and those were the mechanics were there in the Red Himalaya also. So they met me, and they were like, "Bhai Satya bhai, kya hua?" I was like, I don't know, gaadi band ho raha hai. So then they were like, "Main dekhu," because I was a supporting rider for Hero. So they asked me like that. So मैं देख सकता हूँ, because it's a Hero bike. So I was like, जरूर एक बार देखो, क्या है, कोई भी नहीं है तो एक बार at least देखो. They were like, I removed my helmet. Within like 2 minutes they fixed the bike. What happened? Okay, what happened? The carburetor कल लगाया था ना, वो थोड़ा सा ढीला था. It was like loose a bit. So it came off from the duct. And then the HT coil broke from the chase itself. So the welding broke. So they took this wire and stuff, they tied everything, and then they fixed it, and then it is more than good than a welding. Now it was like that now. So I was like, I was not even ready, because I removed my helmet. Before wearing my helmet only they fixed the bike. I was like surprised, super fast. Then again I went, and I asked the guy who was doing it, can I go inside now? Are you sure? He was like 100%. Again I took the bike, again I went, again I started overtaking everyone. And in the end of 200 kilometers, I finished overall 9th or 10th something, somewhere there, the stage finished. So 9th or 10th I finished. And then slowly, that was 3rd day. So still I have 3 days more. And that gave me a lot of confidence. Okay, so maybe all these 3 days, again I push a little. So I may come to the podium. So in the end of 6th day, I was overall 9th, and in my category I came 2nd.
Wow.
So this is actually the best and the worst.
After so many challenges, you still...
Yeah, I actually, that was my first desert race, and I didn't want to leave that opportunity. That's what I was telling you before. Opportunity is like, back in the days, it was very hard for you to get a single opportunity. You can't create also, and it will not come also. So it was like that. Nowadays you have a lot of opportunity coming up. You can do whatever you want, and social media is there to help you a lot of stuff. So there are opportunities, but not many people are using it, utilizing it. So that's when I also even some of my friends are there in a situation where they get a lot of opportunities, but then they don't do it actually. So I actually get tensed when they do that, because if I was there in their position, I would have been like super king, like kind of stuff. Because when I started racing, or when I started stunt riding and all, I didn't have any money to fill petrol also. What we do is like we go to practice with whatever petrol we have, and we come back pushing the bike or towing the bike. Because
oh my god, so that level that level of commitment?
Yeah,
you guys had at
because
that time?
that time we were like studying or something, and not every time you go to your parents, you can't tell them to spare some money and fix the bike and all. So you have to figure out something. So I did like whatever broken parts that I have in the bike, so we used to sell it in the market and then get some 10 rupees, 15 rupees, 100 rupees, whatever we have, we fill petrol, and we used to get from friends somewhere around, and something like that. Or some people used to sponsor, some people used to give us 100 rupees, 200 rupees. That was a big amount that time, big money. Like 200 rupees petrol you put, whole day of practice is done. So but that time 200 was like 2000 this time.
Yeah, yeah. No, there are, because I've lot of met up, I think that passion is, and that level of commitment is lacking in a lot of people right now. It's very rare to find that level of commitment and that level of passion to go do anything, because I know this. Now this guy's name is also actually Satya. He's from Pune only, and he's 19 years old, a college student, no source of income. His mom and dad have given him one bike, the Himalayan, and some money to modify the Himalayan. His gear is from other people. Like someone has gifted him something. The boots that he wears is gifted by his girlfriend. So some things like that. And no matter what, he comes to practice. And he's an amazing rider. If he gets proper money and proper support, he will be one of the best racers in India. So,
yeah, but this point is like many people have told me, like if I had money, if I had opportunity, if someone sponsors me, I can show my stuff. So that is actually not going to happen, because not everyone will sponsor everyone. So only the top riding athletes or whatever, the top riders will get sponsors. To become the top rider, you can just ask the top riders how much they have spent, how much energy, time and money that they have spent to become the top rider, and then they got sponsors. So that's how every time happens. It's not like I'm like a born rider. I can tell that I'm a born rider, just sponsor me, I'll become the world champion. So that will not happen.